Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Just a quick video to stay away from the MX Master 3 Mac mouse. And I would bet $1 to donuts you probably shouldn't get the PC version of this either. Now, you guys know I bought this with my new Mac Mini and the keyboard. Now, the keyboard, by the way, highly recommend. It is working beautiful. As always, Logictech proves itself to be awesome when it comes to their keyboards. So I've had absolutely no issues with it. However, the mouse developed some issues. On the scroll wheel, okay, this has a button above it, right in here. And what that does is it puts it into basically no friction mode or no ratchet mode. So it just boom, and you can rifle through like 1,000 things a second. It's crazy, right? Then you push the button again and it puts it into ratchet mode. So it gives it a feedback so that you just don't do that. You can do one little click at a time kind of thing. Or if you wanted to, you could give it a good little flick and it would definitely do that high speed scroll. It would just stop a lot sooner because you've got friction mode turned on or ratchet mode, right? So anyways, I developed a couple of issues with this thing. One of which is free spin mode was still working, but sometimes it wouldn't actually spin. I'd have to give it another spin, or it would delay its spin. Ratchet mode actually stopped working in the sense of it worked, but then it would let go and go free spin, and then it would work and go back and go free spin, and that's just trying to do like 1 or 2 clicks at a time on the wheel. So I started looking into this, figuring, well, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's a Monterey issue. Well, it has nothing to do with Monterey. It has nothing to do with any Mac OS, period. And the PC will be the same thing. You're not going to have an operating system issue with this for its functionality. Whether you use the Logictech software or not makes no difference, okay? I started to do some research on it, and I've come across a number of videos actually of people having the same sort of problem. But first I checked forums and whatnot. Yep, there's some issues there. And of course, Logictech was being a bit of a pinhead with a few people about, it's just the way it is, or, they get some other stupid excuse. One guy actually got a real tech, and the guy says that's obviously a problem. So yes, return it and we'll replace it, that type of thing. And this has been happening a lot with this mouse. And it's gotten to the point where they've basically written it as, it's the way it is, right? And it's like, no, that's not the way it is. It's not working according to what you say it does, and it is malfunctioning. There's another malfunction that happens with this mouse too, that has to do with that switch over, because there's a little motor underneath, right, that controls this ratchet and free spin stuff, and there's a little rotary type pin thing that you actually have to take the mouse apart just to push that thing back down, and it fixes the problem for that. But then there's other issues as well, and the wheel is not exactly centered. Well, my wheel was fine for being centered. There's always going to be a certain amount of slop, which I kind of shook my head at a bunch of people that mentioned how much play there was physically in the axle portion of the wheel, left and right slop, and you're going to get that in every mouse. Some are just a little bit more than others, but it should be very minimalistic, if anything, which I totally agree with. There is a limit. But anyway, so I checked out some YouTube videos and found out there's not only that issue, there's other issues. If you put it in free spin mode, hold the mouse up in the air and just tilt it backwards and forwards, rotate it in your wrist, your page goes up and down all by itself. The other thing, you put it back into ratchet mode, do the same thing, and it wouldn't move the page as far. So I started to try these things with mine because I already knew I had some issues. And sure enough, yep, it did all those problems. So this is a mouse that in my final verdict is going to be stay away from it. It's happening a lot. And it has happened to some of the Windows versions mice as well. Yeah, just don't touch it. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the hassle. So I was also very thankful I did not buy the extended warranty. You know, because it's kind of like, would I get my money back on that or not? I did buy it for the keyboard just because it is a new piece of technology, and it's like, well, I'd rather have it covered for a year swap out in store just in case. But I will say this, the keyboard is running fantastic. And I've actually been using this keyboard too on my PC. I bought a Bluetooth dongle for it, and I hooked it up into that. So it's like one keyboard, two computers, and even gaming with this thing, Mac or PC, the keyboard is fine. So I'll have a final review on that, but that'll be part of it we'll talk about. But definitely stay away from this mouse. It is total rubbish. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll definitely catch you guys on the next one.